China danced into the 1980s. Almost all forms of dancing had been banned during the Cultural Revolution. All except for ideological choreography, like the so-called loyalty dance, performed to demonstrate one's adoration for Chairman Mao. But in the 80s, they danced for dancing's sake.
All of us were so excited because this never happened before. I mean, during the Cultural Revolution, male student and female student didn't speak to each other. One of my roommates actually handmade some bell-bottoms pants for 4 of us. And so we all went to the dance wearing those bell-bottoms, and we were a real hit.
There were whole waves of fashion and fads that began to sweep through society. People very mysteriously started wearing double-breasted suit jackets, instead of Mao jackets. And the women started getting their hair permed. And then discos hit. It was one thing after another, which made old-fashioned Marxist-Leninists say, oh boy, there goes the neighborhood.
The 1980s was a decade for the young. 2/3 of China's population was under 30. New leader Deng Xiaoping's policy of reform and opening up promised them economic transformation with social and political benefits.
Open and reform was the slogan leads through the 80s, introduced by Deng Xiaoping. By saying open, he didn't really vastly open the door of China, but I guess I would say you can see through a slice that he opened, maybe even through a window. 80s is the time that the whole country felt the hope and then the promises by the government. We do feel China is happening toward this direction of real openness.
Deng's famous phrase was that you can't not open the window because you're afraid of letting a few flies in, right? He could see that China would not be able to modernize if it didn't end the Maoist extremism and open up the way it did during the 1980s.